Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly financial news. To LeonCo, and on this week's financial news, we are discussing what is going to happen and what do we mean by this. Since the start of this whole world crisis, this world epidemic, many areas have been affected. Businesses, air companies, oil companies, the stock market, health, the economy as a whole, but not just one economy, not just the United States economy, not just China's economy, Italy's, Spain's, United Kingdom, but the whole world economy has been affected by this crisis. And the more time that passes without hitting a normalization, the bigger the effects, the snowball effects that are going to happen, and that are going to cause a major situation, a crisis, or we don't hope, but a recession or even a depression. And why does this happen? Well, the United States specifically have been battling or have been facing this situation since March. Most people believe that since January, because of the ban of the no-flight zones and making all those precautions, until March they decided to do a national emergency. But let's say since March. Well, since March, the economy has been frozen. Different parts of the economy have been affected by this situation. And just like we mentioned before, air travel companies have been majorly affected by this. Food and beverage companies have been majorly affected by this. Restaurant business, entertainment business. Most of all the things that drove the economy have been affected. There are some areas that have been continuous working towards it because they have been able to adapt to the situation. Most pharmaceuticals, most medical device corporations have been working towards finding different solutions to work on this tragedy, and they have reinvented their model of economy to try and fit the needs that the United States needs. But let's say the great majority of the economy from not just the United States, but in the whole world has been affected by this plague. Lots of small businesses, lots of family-run businesses have been affected. Most of them have had to shut down or take release on their employees. And this is going to have a major snowball effect. Why? Because we are not talking about the crisis that is going to happen when people stop paying their debts. They start paying their houses. They start paying their cars. They start paying their loans. All of that debt is going to pile up. Yes, nations like the United States have been giving stimulus to corporations, have been trying to give stimulus to people, but the reality is that that is not going to be enough. People need to go back and get their jobs back. They need to stop earning their money, because that is going to start beginning the wheel back up again to normality. If we stay stuck in our houses without work, most people are going to suffer. Most people are going to suffer the economic consequences that this is going to bring. Lots of people are going to start losing their jobs, and we are not prepared for a major recession. The economy, as we know it, these couple of years has been booming up. People are expecting the economy to drive, and we are facing the reality that we may not see that for the next couple of years. We may actually see a big recession. The economy is going to stop. If government officials, if public health officials, if people as a whole do not take responsibility in the actions that we are taking to face this problem, this pandemic, the reality is that the aftermath of this effect is going to be horrific for lots of people. People may survive the pandemic, but not many people are prepared to survive the aftermath of the pandemic. So keep this in mind and be responsible. Let's all be responsible with our actions on how we face and how we deal with these situations. We are heading into, maybe in your country you've been facing 2 months of this, all of this situation. Maybe you're facing 3, 4, maybe you're just starting to face this. But it is in all of our hands to start doing the right things, to start not only being healthy, but start preparing ourselves for the future. So this is our weekly financial news. Stay safe, stay healthy, but always remember to have that king mentality.